Men being sick, horrible.
I hate men being sick. It's the worst genre of man. Yeah, get your shit together. We gotta go to Mew Mew on Sunday.
Yeah, we have plans,
Sundays
baby.
are for Mew Mew. For the house of Mew Mew. The house of God.
The house of gods.
Oh, the man is depressed. Holy shit. Where did they find it? Like what? Like get off this podcast and go take care of him. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. All right. I woke up this morning extremely thankful. Thankful for the day. Thankful for you as my audience. So many things to be thankful for. Matter of fact, I want you guys to write down up in the comment box, what are you thankful for? All right. It's been a tremendous year. So many upgrades, so many changes just on this channel. But I know this week in particular, I am specifically thankful that this content has hit because it is ad revenue season, baby. All right. And mi madre, all right, she needs the house paid off. So she and I are extremely thankful. Nevertheless, I know what good old Akaash's wife is grateful for, all right? She is absolutely grateful for that never-ending bank account that she brags that she has access to, made available by her husband, Akaash. Posted 16 hours ago, right? Continuing to brag of the pay pig tendencies that she utilizes for her gain. And if you're unfamiliar with Masika, and I wasn't either, I wanted to take a look at the type of prices that they charge over there. And just as you can guess, you know, this is high-end luxury stuff that she continues to brag that she has access to. In other words, she don't give a ish what y'all say or how much she is embarrassing him. She gonna continue to pop off for her public validation. But anyway, the wonderful couple is back in the States, and Akaash not only has publicly addressed everybody on the internet calling his wife a gold digger, but also his wife has released yet another podcast continuing to disrespect not only him, but men in general. After knowing and watching everything that is happening and watching her husband experience this self-implosion and perhaps the end of his career, to continue to brag about how you are using him and talk ill of him, it shows either no awareness or just no remorse. And although we're getting ready to go over Akaash's thoughts in regards to this backlash, I still want it to be addressed on Flagrant, baby. They address everything else on there.
Release the pod.
Release
the pod.
Everybody, Schulte here. Akaash, Singh, Alex Media, Mark Gagnon. Listen, we got to address something that happened this week. You know, we had to talk about something that happened to Akaash, you know, this week.
I was bullied.
You were bullied, bro.
I was bullied, yo.
You were bullied. You were disrespected.
I was,
You were
blasphemed.
You were blasphemed. You were treated in a crazy way.
Now, obviously, we're speaking about a completely different situation, but I just wanted to prove to you guys that, yeah, they address things on their podcast. Where you at, Akaash? We want to hear from you. But in the spirit of diving deep into the psychology of this entire situation, we need to review his thoughts of why he clings to this dead relationship. Quote, I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever. Beta. Again, ooh, let's watch.
Talking about, again, I don't think these narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and all these other things, it's a shitty thing. So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea of this story. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting $25 a night doing stand-up. I was on MTV shows that paid dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get the bitch, to be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat fuck broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. We had to move out of that apartment and move to New Jersey. And what's even sadder than moving to New Jersey is I had to save up money to move to New Jersey. So we had to stay on her friend's couch for almost a month. We were basically homeless for a month. So I could save money to move to New Jersey. And I remember the night before we went to the couch, we had to stay in our apartment illegally. We were supposed to have been out by like 12 p.m. We moved everything out, but we didn't have a place to stay, so we had to stay there that night. It was just me and her sleeping on a hardwood floor. I'm 34 years old. She's 25 years old. I'm looking at this girl like, man, you could go be with an Indian who's a doctor, like a real Indian. You're a beautiful girl. You have so much ahead of you. Me, I don't know what my life is going to be. I'm 34. I'm fucking broke. This dream might not ever happen, but I'm too fucking moronic to quit. And I have nothing to give her. It's just a light jacket. It's like October. We have nothing. So I hand her the jacket, and then she said, "What's this for?" I said, "You can use that as a pillow." And then she goes, "Well, what are you going to use?" And I said, "I'll figure it out." She handed me back the jacket. She goes, "You take this." And then she laid with her head on my chest and her arm around me the entire night. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm going to be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken. I'm in such a bad place and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again. And I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
Touching and endearing story, and often I talk to my G's on the channel in a sense of that, listen, it's easy to love you while you up, right? But how do you know that that person will feel the same about you when the benefits of a transactional relationship is no longer there? Quick emergency meeting. I was recently searching for my name online and found way too much personal information, which brought me down this weird rabbit hole of how that could have happened, and found out that there's companies out there called data brokers that will sell your data to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And it's a nasty, disgusting feeling knowing that there's bad actors out there selling my information, selling your information for profit. But that's why I'm recommending today's sponsor, Aura. Now, I use Aura to automatically remove my information from these sites and keep my information off. But they do other things as well, such as bank fraud and identity theft alerts, VPN access. But guys, utilize my link down in the description box down below for a 14-day trial. At least see if you've been compromised. Privacy is king in this day and age, and you should know if your information is out there. So again, utilize my link, aura.com/MTR, in the description box down below to try 2 weeks free. That's way more than enough time to see if your personal data has been exposed. Go now, for it is moments when people's backs are up against the wall, which will be the real judge of their character. Will they stick it through with you? Or will they leave you behind? But what Akaash seemingly leaves out of this story is that she left him behind.
Story time of why me and my husband broke up before we got married and why it ended up being the best decision we ever made. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it.
Jesus Christ.
And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian and he buys me lots of nice things.
Now, this content is up on her TikTok. It's 5 minutes in length, so I'm going to skip you to the continuation of Akaash's story.
So he was pretty much losing all his income, and at the same time I was working a really toxic job with like a toxic manager and like working till 2 a.m, and it just caused a lot of stress on our relationship. I really, wanted to get married and like wanted to move forward, and he was like, I don't even know who I am as a man if I'm not even able to achieve something I poured 15 years into, and like I don't even know how I'm going to provide for you or our future as a family. And everything came to a head when my mother-in-law came to visit us, and I was being very distant because of everything we were going through. Akaash was very stressed, and I think she kind of internalized it like that I was being big towards her or passive aggressive towards her. It was a huge fight between all of us. Basically, Akaash did not defend me, and I was like, okay, I don't know if I can be in a relationship with this person anymore.
So after this, we both took a much needed break and
So the man was literally at the lowest portion of his wife, and you were being, quote unquote, you said it, not me, bitchy. So much so that his mama picked up on the behavior and all hell broke loose. And you got mad at Akaash for not defending you through your bitchy behavior. I hope a love like this never finds me. And just so happens, after he gets up on the podcast and is getting his life back together, all of a sudden then now you get back together with him. Okay, that's how that works, huh?
We were on a break!
Now, one of Akaash's biggest mistakes within this entire drama was encouraging her to get up on social media and let the audience know that she's tied to him. I mean, I guess outside of the biggest mistake of choosing her, but yeah, he actually encouraged that. A lot of people don't realize that. The post date of this video was back in June of 2024 and marks the beginning of the end. All right, let's listen.
All right, it's 10:45 on a Sunday. I'm making my wife do her first skincare vlog. Yes, we are going to bed at 10:45 on a Sunday. Go.
Okay, I want to say thank you everyone for being really nice in your comments. I didn't actually read all the comments because I don't have a death wish, and I don't like to normally be in videos because I don't like people, especially guys, saying something. So I appreciate all the nice comments, like the few that I read. I can't do this. Okay, I have really acne-prone skin.
Okay. Before this video, she rarely posted and did not give an opinion of Akaash on camera. And if you pay attention, she's actually nervous on camera, which is a far cry from screaming that she wants to bang her co-host's husband on camera during a podcast.
But I actually love you and want to fuck
What?
all of
What? What?
actually
What?
love you and want to fuck all of love you.
Wait a minute. And the lesson there for all men is to assess the benefit of allowing social media a part of your relationship. There is literally zero benefit unless you're going to come up with an ingenious way to try to monetize that. But to that, money ain't everything, especially if you're a multi-millionaire comedian that's already massively popular. There's a reason that we don't know what Joe Rogan's wife looks like or a Charlemagne the God's wife looks like. There's a reason that when they're in the space of commentary, social commentary, or comedians, they don't want to allow their family to become a part of the ecosystem. I can only think that Akaash, who has called himself ugly previously, wanted to show off his wife because her aesthetics to him would demonstrate him winning in life. Sort of like him walking around with a trophy or a badge of honor. I mean, if you want to show her off, show a picture, but bro gave her a mic. And in return, the relationship has become the biggest RP lolcow or sacred lolcow that the internet has ever seen. And the flagrant subreddit, to my surprise, actually agrees with me on this topic. What Akaash is going through makes Charlemagne's reasoning of keeping his wife and family private even more genius. There's barely any digital footprint of his wife. Can't attack if there's nothing to attack. We barely know what Charlotte's wife looks like, nonetheless sounds like. We don't know her thoughts, feelings, actions of shit. Akaash's wife, wanting to be a social media personality, gave Akaash haters, in my opinion. Akaash flew too close to the sun, baby. He had to let everyone know he pulled an attractive woman 10 years younger than him that was of his race and culture, and she was a virgin just like him. No.
Okay, I have two butt stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder.
Not
and
one,
I made the dumb mistake of letting him.
All without the RP machismo and his personality doing the heavy lifting. Pretty impressive. However, his wife had to be a clout demon and let everyone know that she's just a typical sugar baby that landed a permanent bag. LOL. I get that it's easy to shit on her and her behavior is embarrassing, but had he not tried to look cool in front of his peers and paint that image of her initially, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. Well, anyway, on their newest podcast, they took to addressing what's been happening after their trip abroad, and you will not believe this.
Dog mom. And
Except when Akaash comes home from a very rough weekend, did like 3-4 shows, and she goes, "Can you walk happy? Because I'm tired."
Honestly, yes, retweet. But also, Akaash hasn't been doing shit for happy this week because he's been sick.
Oh,
so
wait, also
whatever.
Men being sick, horrible.
I hate men being sick. It's the worst genre of man. They're so Neho. Like, I swear to God, the way this guy has been sleeping in his cocoon, like he's been hibernating. It's like you think he came down with like TB or something. Like girls, like.
Here we go again.
This is a true story. Before I had my gallbladder emergency surgery,
I'm sorry. The man is depressed. Holy shit. Where did they find it? Like, what? Who raised? You know what actually has me considering is that when we've seen her on podcasts talking about, talking ill of her father, right? Like, does watching her give you just a little bit more information of the dynamic in that family that doesn't paint the father as the horrible one, Perhaps the father had some points about shit, but he had a wife and a daughter, right? Like, and I don't know how big that family is, but this is what the father was dealing with? Are you crazy? This brother has been going through internet firestorm. He's sick because of the stress that lowers the immune system, all right? And then on top of that, he's probably depressed. So now he's cocooned himself into his room, and here you go complaining that he's not taking out the dog that you tongue down more than him. It's just so crazy. I just feel so bad for Akaash Machine because your wife is supposed to be your number one, right? Pillow to lay your head on, and she just, she don't give it. Get up, bitch. Go outside and make me some more money. I don't give a shit what's happening up on the internet. Like, get off this podcast and go take care of him. Let's see if there's any more.
So much pain, but I had an interview to do for journalism school for a project, and I was like, well, I should just get the interview done. I did the interview, then went to the emergency room. That's how tough girls
Guys
are.
get like sissies truly when they're sick. Like, it's a little cold. It's like, oh, can you please get me a blanket and soup? And of course I do that. I love my mans.
I do it, but I'm like, here.
Man up.
Man up. Yeah, get your shit together. We got to go to Mew Mew on Sunday.
Yeah, we have plans,
Sundays
baby.
are for Mew Mew. For the house of Mew Mew, the house of God.
The house of gods.
Oh, women that say man up or want to tell you the definition of a real man, guys, that is about the number one indicator of ain't shit. Meanwhile, you start talking about a real woman and they want to cancel you and tell you you don't need a mic for your Red Pill podcast. It's just absurd, the double standards here. Of all the people who should not be seemingly unbothered about your downfall, to have it be your wife is just, I don't even know what to say about this anymore. Mans is having literally the worst Thanksgiving ever brought on by her, and take me to Moo Moo, bitch. Now, if you go down into the comments of this video, all it is people torching them alive, right? But more than likely, this is Abba from Abba and Preach coming down up in here. You can tell this was filmed way before the whole Will Singh arc because the dog is still breathing. Ain't no way Akaash living with his dog, getting all the kisses. She's too overstimulated to give him. And what's hilarious is that when I first clicked open this video, I thought the same thing, that this was way before the trip, but she references how they're dealing with the drama within the podcast. Like, we all can't believe the brazenness that she continues to display, that we cannot believe that she's still up here doing this content.
And I feel like a podcast really gives this like open communication and dialogue and intimacy that I feel like creators will not do it.
Yeah, no, I actually love giving us fucking kudos because, like, let's give our fucking flowers. Like, if the internet's not going to do it, let's fucking do it ourselves because it's not fucking easy to share things that are really vulnerable about yourself, but you think will be helpful for other people or resonate with other people. It's also just not easy to talk with a bunch of cameras, lights, and microphones and not feel nervous or get insecure. And it's also not easy to try something new and put yourself out there, even if you get bullied, which we obviously are and still are. So I want to give kudos to us.
All right, y'all. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's give them some internet kudos points, all right? Because apparently in modern times today, it is more important to consistently, continuously emasculate your man, because at the end of the day, you have the strength to persevere to continue to pull them internet numbers. Yeah. Yeah, the priorities are just set up for success. All right, guys, but I think that's all that I have for you here today. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I appreciate you guys for continuing to come back. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the long comments that you guys leave, right? Like, and that's how I know that this is a particularly intelligent community. It is a community of both men and women, mostly men, that understand that there's logic, rationale into behaviors that would elicit long-term success into the future. And I appreciate you guys for continuing to be here for me. And I'm also thankful for Aura. Yeah, shout out to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Click my link down below, all right? Show me some damn respect. Show yourself some respect. Remove your private information off of these public websites. Utilize my link down below for 2 free weeks to at least see if your information has been exposed. Go right now, all right? Until next time, y'all. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how was that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up